Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know last time I spoke with you, I spoke about my first Airbnb experience ever, which was amazing, as you have seen in my last video. Now, I did see that I got a lot of feedback and a lot of questions about Airbnb and any other experiences that I may have had. So I just want to make this video to basically answer these questions that I've gotten and hopefully answer your questions. You know, if you have any doubts or concerns about starting on Airbnb, if you have already started but still have like questions on pricing. So let's get started. The first question is, how did I start off on Airbnb? So basically, I was looking to make some extra income and I was like, well, you know, I have a king size bed and it's only me sleeping in here. My mom has a king size bed and it's only her sleeping in her room. So I decided, why not? Let me rent out my room whenever, you know, it gets booked up, and I will just squeeze in my mom's room at night. So she was okay with it. She was fine with it. She was just a little skeptical about who was coming into the house and staying in the house, of course, which is normal. I was too, but it ended up working out and now it's just a normal thing. So basically that's how I started. I wanted an extra side income that was easy. Question number 2. Do I sublet the whole house or just room by room? So I don't sublet the whole house just because we obviously live in it. There's three rooms and one bathroom on the first floor in my house. So I just rent out this room, the one that I'm in right now, and I decorated myself very proudly, I would say that. So this is the only room that I rent out, and probably won't rent out another room. I know that if you rent out a whole house, I'm not sure if, depending on how you report the house, whether you can rent out the whole house or not, technically, because if it's your primary residence, you shouldn't be renting it out, but if it's an investment property, then obviously you can rent it out. Question number 3. How does payment work? So payment's relatively easy. First step is making a PayPal account so you can get paid through there. I actually had a previous PayPal account for another business that I had, so I just used that one. And I actually also have the debit card from PayPal, so it was easier for me to, you know, not have to transfer the money. I could just use it straight off the PayPal debit card once I needed the money. And the first time though, the first booking that I had, it did take a little while for me to receive the money because obviously I'm assuming they wanted to make sure that I wasn't a crazy host and that I was going to treat my guests well or whatever. So it did take a little bit longer, but after that, the payments started rolling in sooner. Basically, right when they paid, I got a part of the money, and then the day that they checked in, I received the rest of the money. So it was, payment-wise, it's very easy, very fast. After you have, you know, your reviews and they know that you're treating people well, they will pay up. Question number 4. How much do I charge? So in the beginning, I charged obviously less because I was just starting out. I didn't have any reviews, so I needed to get my reviews up. And until I did that, you know, my prices were lower. So in the beginning, I was charging like $69 to like $89 per night. Now I'm charging, I believe, $150 to $200 a night, depending on the nights. Obviously, if it's weekend nights, it's more expensive. If it's during the weeknights, then it's a little cheaper. But mostly that is what I'm charging right now. And obviously, you should really just do your research in your area because obviously it depends on the area. That is what I can charge here, and people are willing to pay for it. But obviously in different areas, different cities, you have to basically do your market research and see what the prices are. I think HomeAway or I'm not sure if it's Airbnb, that they do like a little help. They do the smart pricing. And then that kind of helps you see where you're at. So you could definitely use that in the beginning until you like kind of are like more knowledgeable of how much people are willing to pay and stuff. Question number 5. Do you need a house to host, or does an apartment work? So I'm sure that as long as you own the apartment and it's not a co-op, you should be fine to rent the apartment or the house or whatever. But if it's a co-op, it depends on your, the board members that are involved in that organization, because some are more reservative, others are more liberal, or depending on the relationship that you have with them. I'm sure that you could figure something out, but the best thing is to own it yourself so you don't have any problems with board members or landlords and things like that. Can you technically do it? Yes, but you could get in trouble, so don't do it. Question number 6. What are the documentary requirements? So I didn't have to get any documents, basically because we own the house outright and we don't even have a mortgage on the house. So I didn't need anything. I didn't have to build anything, so I didn't have to get a permit for that. But I do know that it depends on the city that you're in. I know LA is a little stricter. If you're in the city in New York City, I know that's a little bit more strict too. You have to have certain, requirements for that. Obviously, you would just have to Google that and see what is required for your specific area, because I don't know where all of you are located. So just make sure you do your research before you start renting out rooms, so you don't get into any type of legal trouble. Question number 7. Do you need to save any receipts or permits? Obviously, if you have to get permits, you should definitely save them. For receipts, since I had the PayPal debit card, it was easier for me to kind of manage everything that I had to buy for the room specifically, and save my receipts basically, because it was all in my transaction list. But instead of saving all of your receipts, there is an app that I use to also just keep my bookkeeping in order. I believe it's called StrideTax. StrideTax, basically you just connect your PayPal account or whatever account you're using that you want to, keep your books in order with. And it basically just shows you a list of transactions that you've made recently, and you can categorize them if they're business, if they're not business, whatever. So at the end of the month or at the end of the year, you get a whole deduction list and you get your income and all that stuff. So it's a really pretty cool app, and it's free. So again, the app is called StrideTax. If you're interested in it, it's really easy to use. So, and I also think you could do more than one business on it. So that's also pretty cool. Next question. How has my experience been with other guests? So actually, I've had quite a few guests and they've been really good. I haven't had a complaint about anybody. I think one other guest she just wanted to crash here for the night because it was her birthday and she was going out, which was totally fine by me. She didn't even use the shower, which was really cool. She didn't touch anything in the room, basically. So it was really cool, very easy money, which is why I like it. I also had another guest that was coming out here from the city. He was cycling and he just needed a place to crash for the night. So he was also really cool, super friendly, and he was a super cool guy. I'm happy we met. And the next guests I think there were a couple from Connecticut. They were really cool too, super chill, super cool couple. They actually came into town to see, they came to an event in Huntington Village, which is where I live, and it was really easy too. They asked me for a steamer, which I had, and they just got ready, they left, they came back really late, and then they left the next morning. They left their charger here, so I sent it back to them. They left me a really good review because I sent them back their charger, which was really no big deal at all. And yeah, I've had a few others that were just simply very easy. They just needed a place for the night, or sometimes they come for the weekend and they're barely here. So it's really cool to see that I could, you know, make some extra money and not have to really worry about the people that are coming into my house, because in the beginning, that's what I thought, you know, that I was going to get some, you know, not crazy people, but like semi-destructive people in your place that just, you know, chill in your place. And like, I guess you can't really do much in just one room, but I definitely think that you should be considerate, I guess, of the area that you're renting in, and therefore design your place according to it. Because obviously, you know, these are my personal things, but I have a very minimal style here, so there's not a lot of things that people can touch or use. I just have really the basics. I have a coffee maker and I have a charger, and if they need anything else, like, they can ask me. I will also have a steamer, obviously, and some hangers in the closet, but other than that, you know, there's not much they can really destroy in my house. But if I were in the city, for example, in New York City, and I was just maybe people in general coming to party and like maybe have parties in the room or in the apartment, that would be a little bit more, you know, risky, I guess. But here I feel like it's very calm, very, you know, everybody's very considerate of your space, which I love because it's obviously my room. But I'm very happy overall with my experience with Airbnb. And again, they make everything so easy. I also do not only just host with Airbnb, I host with VRBO and HomeAway, and I think there's another one, but I don't remember the name, honestly. And I do have the calendars synced, so once they book on Airbnb, I can't be booked on HomeAway. It just automatically saves me the time to have to block out the dates from Airbnb or HomeAway, and saves you a lot of time and annoying stress. So any other questions that you guys may have, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. Obviously, there's a lot of other questions that probably you can have or that I didn't answer here, but I think these are very important, just specifically when you're starting out. So please let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions. I'll gladly answer them. And if needed to make another video on answering questions about Airbnb or HomeAway, I'll be more than glad to do that, because it's very easy and helpful to you guys. So let me know, and I hope to see you with more videos soon. Bye.